Hello parents, good afternoon. This is Dr. Lalit Mittal from Giggles Clinic. So this video is about fungal issues in autism and how we can approach these issues in autistic children. See, we all know that in the human gut there is always a balance between the fungi and the bacteria. Now whenever this balance is disturbed, the good bacteria decreases and the fungi increase in our body, or we call them yeast. So what are the factors by which the balance gets disturbed? See, we all know that autistic kids, they have a very weak immune system. As a result of which, they are more prone for frequent infections like cough and cold, diarrhea, constipation, running nose, URI, and as a result of which, they are very much prone for frequent use of antibiotics. As a result of which, the balance gets disturbed. And when this balance gets disturbed, the yeast rises in our body, and then it causes various types of symptoms. Now, what are the various types of symptoms it can cause? Basically, the symptoms range from a variety of features. In skin, it can cause eczema, it can cause redness of the eyes, it can cause blackish circles. The child may be continuous rubbing his nose due to continuous sneezing and coughing. There may be watering in the eyes, there may be black circles around the eyes. And along with that, behavioral symptoms, there may be continuous humming, there may be frequent episodes of laughter, there may be without any reason the child may be continuously crying, frequent wake ups in the night, there may be increased exaggeration of hyperactivity, aggression. So the and along with that, sometimes there may be gut issues of constipation, diarrhea, so bloating. So these are the various basically the list is exhaustive, but these are the basic features in which in majority of the cases we find the symptoms as a result of yeast issues. Now, how we can approach this and what are the various ways? See, before understanding the yeast issue, before going to the details of the yeast issue, we should understand the concept of glycemic index and carbohydrates. Basically, we should know that sugar is a very good medium for the yeast or the fungi growth. Whenever the sugar content in our body increases, yeast overgrowth issues increases. So how we can minimize that? See, majority of the kids are on GFCF or GFCF SF diet, but in spite of that, they have yeast issues. Why? Because in GFCF diet, majority of the people or those who are on the South Indian side, because their staple food product is rice, so majority of them will be giving white rice, they may be giving potatoes and corn. Although they are coming under GFCF diet, but they are simple carbohydrates. Now, what are simple carbohydrates? Simple carbohydrates are those which give you instant source of energy, like ready to drink, processed foods, ready-made packets, beverages. So they will give you instant source of energy. They are very easily digested in our body. They will increase the blood sugar levels very high, and as a result, they will provide you the energy very soon. So that as a result of which sugar amount of the sugar content in these products is very high. If you compare complex carbohydrate include most of the vegetables, they include non-vegetarian diet. And why they are? Because they contain large amount of pulp and fibers. So as a result, they are not easily digested in our body, and they are slowly processed in our body, as a result of which the sugar levels increases gradually. Hence, if you are consuming complex carbohydrates, the yeast issues will be less. So how we can identify whether this carbohydrate is good for our body or not? See, there is a word which we call as glycemic index. Glycemic index means the level by which a carbohydrate increases the blood sugar levels. They have been basically categorized into three categories: mild, moderate and severe. Mild glycemic index products are those which have a GI of less than 55. Moderate are those which have a GI between 56 to 70. And severe ones, glycemic index, are those which have a very high glycemic index. They are categorized those who have a GI or glycemic index of more than 70. So in yeast overgrowth issues, we should avoid all products which have a GI of more than 70. And most of the fruits, most of the non-vegetarian diet, they have a GI of less than 60. That is, they are coming in a mild to moderate category of glycemic index. But except citrus fruits like grapes, oranges, kiwis, overripe bananas and watermelons. These are the major fruits which have to be avoided in case of yeast overgrowth issues. So this is how we can identify, yes, this is a simple carbohydrate, this is a complex carbohydrate. So again I am telling these corns, white rice and corn, white rice, these are basically coming under GFCF diet, but they are simple carbohydrate. That means to say they have a glycemic index of more than 70. If not high, they are definitely, they are not coming under low GI index. They have a glycemic index somewhere between 60 to, somewhere between 60 to 70. So they are coming under moderate to high glycemic index. So they should be avoided under yeast overgrowth issues because they are being categorized under simple carbohydrates. Now, this is how we can identify which carbohydrate is good for our body, which is not. Now another thing which we should know now, how we can test for the fungal issues in our body. Now there is a test which is known as organic acid test, urine for organic acid, which basically checks you the fungal metabolites. Another test which we go is urine and stool for fungal culture, where they can give you the growth of the fungi, and depending upon that we can do the tests, and antifungals we can be started and as per the reports. So the take home message from these is that we should always maintain a good healthy diet, try to eat as much healthy diet as possible, and if you are on a GFCF diet, make sure avoid giving simple carbohydrates, most commonly corn, white rice and potato. All fruits and vegetables are coming under complex carbohydrates, or they are coming under low glycemic index, except citrus fruits and some overripe bananas or watermelon. So this was a brief about fungal issues in autism and how we can approach them. Thank you.